Democrats HQ Update. Your connection to the news and happenings of the Douglas County Democrats. Your hosts, Paul Belt and Nancy Epstein.
Welcome to the DCDCC News. It's Douglas Democratic Central Committee. I'm Paul Belt, and I'm the chairman of the Douglas County Democratic Central Committee, and I have with me Nancy Epstein, who's the vice chairman. We're here to talk about some of the issues for the Douglas County Democratic Central Committee.
It's nice to be here, and we would thank you guys for joining us. We just had an interesting meeting, our first meeting really under a new board, and we were really driving to increase our membership. A lot of people are feeling like the presidential election is over and they've dropped back out again, but we have so much work to do, and we would like to re-engage a lot of the folks that were so instrumental in this election in the county and bring the folks back in and get them involved again.
Coming up in 2 years, we have a U.S. Senate, a U.S. House. We have the governor's race. We have 2 county commissioners here locally, and we have our Assembly District 39 is up for re-election. And so I know everyone has really walked the streets, and everybody on both sides was passionate about the presidential election. But now the work is just beginning for us in Douglas County.
It is beginning. A lot of folks came out, and we were able to turn Nevada blue through a lot of folks' hard work. Douglas County hasn't turned blue yet. We'll be working on that, but I know the Republicans are out. They're going to be starting their registration drives and trying to increase their membership to turn the state red again, so we hear. So we just want to be fully participating and active. It's a really crucial time, and something I think that our next meeting, we're going to have a visioning. We did change the time of our meetings from the second Thursday of every month to the fourth Thursday of every month to hopefully make it easier for folks to come out. And we have a visioning scheduled with Allison Galden. She's incredible in helping to form strategies, goals, how you reach those goals, the objectives you need to set. And part of that is the candidate recruitment and candidate training and development, which is something that we haven't had in Douglas County before. So people aren't just hanging out there by themselves. We're going to be able to train, educate, support, fundraise.
Yes, and we moved the meeting time back to 6:30 to try and accommodate more people, and we've also made another move to accommodate more people. Before, in the past, our Central Committee voting members were limited to a certain number per precinct, and we've made a recent bylaw change in our first meeting where we're going to open that up to countywide. So more people can get involved, and more people can have a voting say in what goes on in our Douglas County Democratic Central Committee.
And I think some people may have felt discouraged from participating because we had to go by the numbers by the precinct. So say Genoa was only allowed 3 voting members, but 10 folks were fully participating and showing up, and they felt disenfranchised. So this way we're allowed a total number of 194 voting members. So everybody's welcome. There's plenty of room, and even if you're not a voting member, your voice is still heard loud and clear, and we would love the participation and the ideas in the conversation. We have lively meetings, fun debate. It's fabulous.
And we also have a website, douglasdems.org, and on the website we have YouTube videos, and we just recently had our annual fundraising dinner, and we had Barbara Buckley speak, as well as our state treasurer, Kate Marshall. And we had Ben Chao, who last election there were 3 Republicans nationwide, incumbent Republicans that lost their seat, and he was involved in 2 of those campaigns. And he's got a very good message for Democrats on how to get out and campaign and what we need to do to turn red counties blue. It's very interesting information, and I would urge everybody to go to the douglasdems.org website.
Another great connection we're going to have is douglassos.org. So our Central Committee is not only interested in re-engaging and getting the membership up and more folks involved, but reaching out, and this is part of Obama's message that we had with the National Day of Service back on Inauguration Day, but continuing that forward on a local level. So Don Sanders and John Durst to form this Douglas SOS, which is Douglas Save Our Services, so that we can find the needs in our community and fill those needs. So this is really going to be website driven, douglassos.org. And we can have all of the needs on the community posted on there. We can collaborate with AVID, which is all volunteers in Douglas County. It's something that the school board is reviving and putting back in place. we talk about some of the needs in our community. We have homeless kids in Douglas County. Hardly anybody knows that. And when they hear that, they want to step forward and fill the need. And so we are going to be able to match your talent, your money with needs in our community to fill those and re-engage folks. There's going to be a lot more information coming out about this. It's going to be the perfect vehicle to get involved and help your community and not just sit back and complain about things, but to step up. We're redefining what a citizen is. You need to step up and be involved with your community. You need to give your time, your talent, and your money too.
I know back in the past, many of my parents and grandparents had more of a community spirit where they would go out. If there was a need for the school, they didn't have paper, we'd have some kind of a drive and raise money to help the schools so that the teachers aren't paying for everything out of their pocket like they currently are doing. And this the DouglasSOS.org site is going to help coordinate organizations that have needs with organizations that have volunteers. We're going to coordinate a lot of community efforts because we can't depend on Washington to bail us out.
We can't look to the government to fix everything for us. We need to step up as citizens and fix those. And it was interesting at our last meeting, we asked a teacher how much she had spent out of pocket for her classroom. And it was over $5,000. And I don't think that that's uncommon. We can't expect our teachers to keep doing this. And a point that Don made, which I thought was really interesting, a 50,000 population in the county, and then, take that down to even 45,000. If everybody could give $20, you're going to could potentially raise over $1 million, which is huge. And we're not taking any money. It doesn't go through us. It's matched through the website, DouglasSOS.org, with direct help. There's no middleman, there's no overhead. It's just direct help, which is empowering for all of the folks in the community. We have dire needs and we can step up and fill them together.
Yeah, and seniors' lunches have been cut. The food bank has more demand now than ever before. There's a lot of organizations that need help and volunteers in time and money, and we're hoping to coordinate that effort across Douglas County.
And so we're going to be working on our plans. Our next meeting is April 23rd, Thursday, the last Friday of the month, April 23rd at 6:30. And we are going to have a visioning that evening, so it would be great to have your input. Please re-engage, come out. We have a great time. There's great folks, and we would love to see you there. Thank you.
Thank you.
Democrats HQ Update is presented by the Democrats of Douglas County, Nevada.